So on Wedding Wednesday this week, I thought I would talk about how Anthony and I started dating. Not how he proposed to me, maybe that'll be next week, but this week I just thought I would do how Anthony and I started dating. So how Anthony and I met was kind of different. So we met in 1991 at preschool, and then we went to different elementary schools. He went to Madison, and then I went to Jackson, which is kind of on opposite sides of the city. So we did that, and then we both ended up going to junior high together. We went to junior high together, we met in one of our classes, and we kind of were friends, and I kind of got him in trouble a lot, and I was kind of like a tattletale, so I told on him and got him his first referral, but that was funny. And then we just had different groups of friends. We went to high school together, and again, we had classes together. So we would say hi to each other and like talk inside classrooms and, you know, kind of say hi outside of classrooms. We were always in different relationships. He was in the same constant relationship for a long time, really too long, but anyways, for a long time. And I was in a few relationships myself. So we knew each other and had occasional classes together. We hung out a few times, like right out of high school, when we were new into college, and there was all that time. You're like, what the heck am I supposed to do between classes? Anthony and I hung out a few times. He was actually the first person I actually drove on the freeway with by myself, because I waited to get my license till I was like 18, like a loser. And I was like, hey, you want to go to Barnes & Noble? So we did that, we killed time, and he's like, where are you going? And I'm like, well, I just go down Blackstone, this big street where we live. He's like, no, just get on the freeway, it's so much faster. So I did that, and we hung out. Then we went back to school, and then he kept going to school, and then I kind of stopped going to school. So that was that. So a funny story. Anthony used to work at a grocery store, kind of like the local grocery store in our town. We lived in a small town, and it was the only grocery store that my parents shopped at, and Anthony worked there. So my dad would always go and get a few things, and then he would come home, he'd be like, Katie, I really wish you dated a guy like Anthony. He's so nice, blah, blah, blah. So he turned into Anthony from Save Mart. That's what my parents started calling him, which was kind of funny. Anyways, one night I hit up one of my friends, Alyssa. She's actually one of my bridesmaids in my wedding, and I'm like, hey, what's going on tonight? What are you doing? And she's like, well, some of us are gonna go to this local bar, and we're gonna hang out, and you should come. And I was like, okay. So I had never been to that bar, and it's like kind of the only bar in Sanger that I've actually been to. But anyways, so we ended up going there, and Anthony was there, and we hung out, and I don't know, it was kind of like a blast from the past, and we just talked and caught up, and then we hung out after that. We went to Denny's. So we did that, and then from then on out, we were kind of like inseparable, Anthony and I. We talked all the time, we hung out all the time. We kind of talked like every single day from then on out. I remember going to my parents, and Anthony had finally built up the courage to like ask me out like on a real date, not just hanging out, kind of like to dinner and a movie. And my very first time that anybody's ever asked me out like that. But anyways, so we did that, and I remember going home and talking to my mom and telling my mom, like, dude, Mom, Anthony from Save Mart asked me on a date. And she's like, no way, that's so cool. Dad's gonna be so happy. And so we talked about it, and we did that. So we went on that date. Literally, we have hung out and been together almost every day since that day. I remember telling my parents that, you know, we had actually gone out, and he had actually asked me to be his girlfriend. And my parents were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. My parents loved him before they actually knew him, so it was pretty cool. I'll never forget the first thing that my dad said when I was like, hey Dad, and I was telling him about Anthony. He's like, wait, is that Anthony from Save Mart? I always knew that you were going to hit it off with him. I always told you to hang out with him, Katie. But it was funny. So it was kind of like deja vu, because it took me back to where my dad used to tell me growing up, you should really date a guy like Anthony. You should really date a guy like Anthony. So that was that. If I had to describe my relationship with Anthony, I'd say that he's like the most supportive person. He's my biggest cheerleader. I was always doing the cheering in high school, but now I have like my own cheerleader, and he's my biggest support system. He pushes me to do better. He loves me for who I am. He's been there for me through sickness and in health, and I just could not be happier. He brought me out to Wyoming just so I could go to school, and he dropped everything he had in his life just to bring me out here so I could finish school, which was really cool, and it means like the world to us. So it was kind of a test to see, you know, what the heck, if our relationship was going to make it. I never had a doubt. But anyways, so we did that. We moved out here to Wyoming. It's never, you never know what the heck's going to happen when you're hanging out with Anthony. He's definitely the coolest person. I mean, we have moments where I'm just like, I can't stand to be around you right now. But then I have my moments where I just don't want to be away from him. He's like the sweetest, biggest teddy bear you'll ever meet in your life. He has the biggest heart. He loves everybody for who they are, and he doesn't judge people, which I love about him. If you look at all the different groups of our friends, they're totally all different, but somehow they're all the same, and Anthony notices how they're just all the same, and he doesn't judge anybody. Like I said, he always sees the good in people. He sees the good in me all the time. He's always lifting me up and telling me, you know, how beautiful I am and how lucky he is. So that's something that I wasn't used to, so I definitely clung to that when he started to do that. But yeah, so that's basically how we started dating. Alyssa Morales, my bridesmaid, our matchmaker, told us, hey, you guys should come out and hang out, and we did. And ever since then, I bet she had no idea. It's probably surprised a lot of people that we went to high school with, like, what the heck, these two were total opposites, like, how the heck did they meet? But that's how we met, at a local Oasis bar in a small town, and we have been inseparable ever since then. So it's pretty cool because my family loves him and I love his family like my own family. We just all get along, and I've never experienced that in my life. So it's really cool. But yeah, that's how we met. And then I'm thinking maybe next week I'll tell you guys how he proposed to me, because that story is a lot, not a lot better, because it's just a little bit more comical. Like I said, Anthony and I have always crossed paths throughout the years, and like we went to preschool together, then we went to junior high together, then we went to high school together, and we were always like, hey, what's up, hey, what's up, hey, what's up, but never like, hey, what are you doing later? You know, like, let's hang out, like nothing like that. So it was pretty cool when we actually got together and he was like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. It was kind of cool, and I kind of got gushy about it for a long time. And like I said, he's a great person, and he brings out the best in me, and I can't wait to call him my husband for the rest of my life. So yeah, thanks guys, and that's the love story for the week. That's the wedding update for the week. I really have no other updates, except that my mom did get the proof for our invitations, so that's really cool. So we should be getting on our invitation game pretty soon. But other than that, we don't really have any updates. That's it. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.